Hey everyone, it's Haley CryoKeen of CryoNews. We have a very special new segment called CryoNews Interviews. Welcome, and we have a very special guest on this first episode, my mother, Cyprienne.
Woo! Hi.
Um, how are you doing today?
I'm a little warm, and the sun is a little bit strong, but I'm okay.
Good, good. Any interesting things going on in your life lately?
Well, I did a stint on Friday where I docent. Here on the island, there's a historical society, and we had a group of 21 senior citizens come over from Lakewood to tour the farmhouse and the archival building and hopefully spend some money in the gift shop.
Cool.
And I docent at the farmhouse.
Very cool. And I understand you're an artist. You do weaving.
I am a weaver. I take photographs. I work with Fimo clay. I crochet. In my past, I've done candle making and leather tooling. I've done sewing. I've made 2 wedding dresses, 3 actually.
Wow. When did you do that?
Well, I made 2 of my own wedding dresses. For the first one wasn't meant to be a wedding dress. Actually, the first one was meant to be a wedding dress. I got married at a bluegrass festival in Berryville, Virginia. And then the second time I got married in a dress that I had sewn many years before. But I also made a wedding dress, or assisted in making a wedding dress for a friend long time ago.
Cool. And have you been a creative person all your life?
Well, when I was young, a kid, I loved to draw. I learned to work with pastels. And I did do my first weaving project when I was 8 years old. But I didn't really become a weaver until I was in my almost my 20s.
Okay. Do you mind telling us where you grew up, what your first 20 years of life were, however much or little you want to share? Just,
Well, I was born in El Paso, Texas, but as a young child, I lived in mid-central Illinois. Then when I was 6 and a half, I moved to Chicago. When I was 17 and a half, I left Chicago and moved to Cambridge, Massachusetts. And I lived pretty much for the next 29, 30 years in Massachusetts. Then I moved to California for a couple years, and then up here to Washington State, where I've been since 1996.
Cool. And if you don't mind talking a little bit, I just remembered you did kind of hang out at MIT for a little bit, right? When they were doing all the whole making the internet and computers thing, right?
Yes, I had a boyfriend who worked for the Artificial Intelligence Lab at MIT. And my brother at the time was working for Math Lab at MIT. And I used to hang out there at the AI lab. I myself was not really a computer person. I was just kind of a hanger-on. But I got to play with one of the first computer games where a rocket took off from the Earth, landed on the moon, and the little astronaut got out and walked over to the McDonald's.
Very cool. Very cool. Let's see here. Do you have any spiritual beliefs or self-help advice that has helped you in your life? or personal philosophies that help keep you going, or anything like that?
I
Or groups of people or organizations?
quit believing in Jesus or God when I was, I don't know, maybe 10 years old. Um, and I'm basically a non believer. I don't believe you have to be religious or believe in God in order to be a moral person. I believe in somewhat the golden rule, do unto others as you would like them to do unto you. I believe in being as honest as is possible. I believe in treating other people fairly. Is that enough?
Sure. Boots, you want to come into the picture?
Boots,
Come here.
come here.
Come on. Come here, kitty.
Boots, come here.
Sorry,
here.
Boots, you're not in this interview. No, he's welcome to come jump up. I'm sure people would like to see him, but let's save that for the end. We're almost through here. Yeah, I mean, okay. Do you have any thoughts on the AI, AI generated images, and that sort of thing? Does it scare you? Does it inspire you?
It seems to me that if talking about the actors strike, basically, that if the studios are going to make replica copies of actors and actresses, at the very least there ought to be residuals for every time they use their character, just like if they make a commercial and every time that commercial is played the actor gets a little bit of money. And if they're going to agree to let their images be used without them physically being present, that there ought to be some kind of compensation. Now, it does scare me because I've watched video games go from being practically stick figures to being actual, almost
Very realistic.
unrecognizable from real people. They're very realistic, and it does worry me. It worries me that words can be put into people's mouths, and people can be shown doing things that they might never do in real life. And that does scare me. Yeah.
Good answers. Okay, I think we're almost done here. I thought it would take longer, but we're blazing through these. Do you have anything you want to promote or talk about?
Well, first of all, here, let me do up. This is one of my photographs on a t-shirt.
There we go.
Okay, and this is a woven mat that I've made. I also make, this is a pouch for, guess what? Cell phone.
Yeah.
Okay, and I mount my photographs on note cards.
And you're somewhat of an island artist, aren't you? You got a reward for an award for that leaf one.
No, not that leaf one,
Oh,
a
okay.
different leaf one.
A different leaf one.
Yes, I have actually won first prize in nature photography 2 years in a row at the Anderson Island Winter Arts Festival. Not this past year. I didn't enter this last couple of years, but I did manage to win several. I see images in nature and I find them very attractive, and I take pictures, and other people also seem to like them. So
Cool. And she occasionally sells scarves and stuff at the place you dose at the farm.
there's a gift shop at the Historical Society at the farm, And yes, I have scarves and shawls hand woven. I also have note cards there, and they have at least one of my photographs framed and blown up. Very nice.
And there's going to be a craft fair on the island where you could see me and her.
There's going to be an event called Art in the Park. It happens, I believe it'll be the Saturday or Sunday of Labor Day weekend. And Haley and I will both be having booths there to try and sell our arts and crafts.
So that'll probably either be September 2nd, Saturday, or September 3rd, Sunday.
Yeah.
One of those days?
Yeah, it'll be one of those days.
Okay. Well, that's pretty much it. Thank you for doing this interview. I don't think I'll be saying this to the other interviewees, but I love you very much. And yeah, I had to resist like hugging you and stuff during the whole thing because I was like, you got to practice, Haley. Okay. And I forgot to mention, this is also going to be my co-host sometimes. So she's going to be helping me occasionally with these. The next one is going to be, the second episode is going to be her interviewing me. She's going to throw me some curveball questions, but nothing too hard, I hope.
Okay.
Just to get me ready for some future interviews, which should be really interesting. Okay. Love you, fans. All right.
Bye.
Bye.